This is Ham College, episode 21 for September 30th, 2016. Ham College is brought to you by ICOM. Time to hit their airwaves. Contest season is here. And by hamstudy.org, a great place to study for your amateur license exam. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Ham College. I'm George.
I'm Tommy.
And we've got an interesting show for you tonight, as always.
That's right.
You know, Tommy, you enjoyed this chart so much that we've used in past episodes.
Let's go ahead and get rid of that.
Yeah, well, I've got it on my shirt now.
I noticed that when I came in.
So you don't forget, in case it comes up again.
Yeah, I'm just not going to look at you.
Now, we've got some interesting topics tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about noise and interference. This will be part two of that.
Part two.
And we're also going to talk about schematics.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
That'll be pretty cool. That'll be, naturally a little more interesting to the folks who want to know more about electronics. Mm-hmm. And we'll be going over that. We've even got some pictures and arrows and circles and stuff. So
it should be interesting.
Should be. Well, you know, anytime we're doing a show, we got a chat room going on while we're doing it live. And where is that, Tommy?
AmateurLogic.TV /chat.
You can join us in there, and there's a good crowd in there right now, having a lot of fun. We glance down at it occasionally, so we don't catch everything they're saying, but we have a special hall monitor in there that's keeping up with things.
Yeah.
We'll be talking a little later about the prizes here that we're going to give away. Oh, gee, it's only it's not only a few weeks away.
Yeah, just a little over 2 weeks. 2
weeks from the date that this episode's targeted for, so not long away.
You don't really have quite 2 weeks left to enter either.
No.
So you want to pay attention. If you haven't entered, be sure to do that this weekend.
Yep, the 11th Anniversary Sweepstakes, ICOM, MFJ Enterprises, AmateurLogic teamed up to give you a great HF station there.
Yep.
Someone's really going to come out lucky on this deal right here. And it could be you. So go register if you haven't already.
Who, me?
Not you.
Yeah.
No, you're not eligible. I know.
Typical.
It's a bummer, but
okay. That's okay.
Such is life.
Somebody's going to get a great setup here. Great power supply, radio, antenna.
So what did we talk about last month?
Just a bunch of noise.
And interference.
Yep.
And what are we going to talk about this month?
Well, we enjoyed it so much, let's do it again.
Okay. More noise.
Part two.
And interference. Okay.
But it's an important topic.
It is, and it's something you need to be able to deal with.
Every ham's going to have to deal with it in some form or fashion, I think, at some point.
Well, let's get on into the questions. What would cause a broadcast AM or FM radio to receive an amateur radio transmission unintentionally? And you've got four choices.
You know, it's funny you asked that, because I was just pondering that earlier today.
I could tell you had it on your mind. A, the receiver is unable to reject strong signals outside the AM or FM band.
Or B, the microphone gain of the transmitter is turned up too high.
C, the audio amplifier of the transmitter is overloaded.
Or D, the deviation of an FM transmitter is set too low.
What do you think?
Well, got any Jeopardy music? What would cause a broadcast AM or FM radio to receive an amateur radio transmission unintentionally? Receiver is unable to. Well, number A.
Number A?
Yeah, number A seems like the likely culprit, but let's see the others. Microphone gain of the transmitter is turned up too high. Yeah. The audio of the amplifier and transmitter is overloaded. The deviation. I think I'm going to go with A on this one. The receiver is unable to reject the signals.
So it's A.
All right, way to go. Oh, way for me to go.
Way for you to go. Well, you got any questions for me?
Yeah. I just had one I was just kind of thinking about. Which of the following may be a cause of radio frequency interference? A, fundamental overload.
B, harmonics.
C, spurious emissions.
Or D, all of these choices are correct. I'm going to have to go with D, Tommy, because any of those first three there seem to me like they could cause some kind of interference.
Yep, I would agree with that.
And that's what they're saying in the chat room. So
what is fundamental overload? Just
fundamental
overload the
overload.
receiver?
The fundamental, they're talking about the fundamental frequency that you're transmitting on.
About the harmonics?
Harmonics would be like, say, if you're transmitting on 1 megahertz, you're going to have a harmonic on 2 megahertz. You know, you'll have another one above that, so on and so forth. Yep. Spurious emissions, that means
band.
not the band, but the emission.
Okay.
That means that's garbage that's coming out of your transmitter that's not supposed to, but if something's mistuned or there's a defective circuit or something, you could have that. I'm just going to go with D.
I would agree with you that D would have to be it then. You having all those.
Give it up.
Way to go.
Okay, next question here. And this one is one I've been saving up especially for you.
It is?
Yeah. Which of the following is a way to reduce or eliminate interference by an amateur transmitter to a nearby telephone? A, put a filter on the amateur transmitter.
B, reduce the microphone gain.
C, reduce the SWR on the transmitter transmission line.
Or D, put a RF filter on the telephone.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's the filter on the transmitter, and reducing the microphone gain is not going to be the answer. SWR is not going to have an effect on your telephone, but an RF filter on the telephone seems like the likely choice.
Well, I'm going to agree with you, Tommy, although
I've done that before.
Yeah.
When I lived over there next to the radio station off Beasley Road over there, I had to do that. Although it didn't really help either because I was so close.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to say D. I don't want to muddy the water for anybody, but there you go. That's what everyone's saying over in the chat room, except the cheap old man. He tried to squeeze an E out of it.
Did he?
More questions or answers than you get for your money, but
Yeah. Well, if anybody can do it, he can.
Yep.
He's the one for the job.
Yep. As long as it doesn't cost anything.
Or not much.
Not much. All right, next question.
What is a symptom of RF feedback in a transmitter or transceiver? A, excessive SWR at the antenna connection.
B, the transmitter will not stay on the desired frequency.
C, reports of garbled, distorted, or unintelligible transmissions.
Or D, frequent blowing of power supply fuses. What is the symptom of RF feedback in a transmitter or transceiver? Well, excessive SWR at the antenna connection, nah. I don't think that would be caused by feedback. The transmitter will not stay on the desired frequency. Nah, would not be a typical symptom for that either.
But it sounds like a bad problem.
It does sound like a bad problem. Yeah, it's one you wouldn't want. D, frequent blowing of power supply fuses. Nah, I don't think that's going to be it. I'm going to say if you're getting reports of garbled, distorted, or unintelligible transmissions, there's a good chance you got RF feedback. Another term for that would be RFI. Everybody's agreeing with me over there in the chat room. So I'm going to go with that, Tommy. I'm going to say C.
I concur.
There you go.
Yeah. You hear that on HF a fair amount, too.
You do. Yep. You do.
It's actually almost a mechanical sound sometimes. Robotic sound to me.
Yeah. It can have different characteristics. Which of the following is a common reason to use shielded wire? A, to decrease the resistance of DC power connections.
B, to increase the current carrying capacity of the wire. That's almost a tongue twister.
C, to prevent coupling of unwanted signals to or from the wire.
Or D, to couple the wire to other signals.
What do you think?
Well, I'm saying D's not going to be it, because I don't think you really want that to happen.
No, that doesn't seem like you'd go out of your way to find cable just for that purpose.
So, A, to decrease the resistance of the DC power connections, no. B, to increase the current carrying capacity, the shield's not going to have anything to do with that. So the answer is going to be C, to prevent coupling of unwanted signals from the wire. And that one I actually already knew the answer to that anyways, but wanted to kind of reason through the other ones for the ones that didn't know.
Okay, well, there you go. You're right. And when we're talking about shielded cable, we're talking about cable like this right here. This is a piece of RG213 coax here. There is a braided copper shield around the outside of this one, although some may have foil. Some may have
both, braid and foil.
Right. Then there's the dielectric, and then there's a center conductor right there. You've got this shield encasing whatever signal you've got on this center conductor here to keep interference from getting to it, also to keep it from radiating out and interfering with other stuff.
Right.
And in a perfect world, that works great. There's different types of shielded cable. This would be an unbalanced one here because it's just a single conductor inside the shield there. And for all your VHF and UHF, this is just about the only thing you're going to find anymore is shielded cable.
So the term coupling of unwanted signals, some people may not understand what that means. So.
Yeah, like me.
Like you.
Yeah. Tell me what you were going to say.
My determination of it is if this wire was a quarter wavelength of whatever frequency, of a frequency that it may actually like an antenna and pick that up so you can get some interference.
Okay.
Through that.
If it wasn't shielded.
If it was not shielded. But the shielding should help prevent some light from getting to the conductor in the center. Okay.
That sounds good. It also, the shielding will keep interference from penetrating and getting to that center conductor because the shield is usually tied to ground.
On one end?
On both ends.
Both ends?
On a unbalanced cable. On a balanced cable,
that's right.
It would not be. On line level, on microphone level, yeah, it would be tied at both ends. So we don't probably want to really go that far into that
moving
this time
right
around.
along.
But on low signal levels too, you want to use shielded cable. That's why, Tommy, when you said you use Cat5 cable as an extender on the microphone cable in your truck, I cringe.
Throw me under the bus.
Yeah, because that Cat5 cable that you're using doesn't have a shield on it.
Yeah, so which one does? 7?
You could probably find some 7 with a shield. I have some Cat5 with a shield, but normally it doesn't.
Microphone extender.
Well, I'm out of it. Just happened to be out of it now.
that was convenient.
Yeah. So anyway, shielded cable, good for a lot of things. Not everybody will use this for their antennas. Some folks will use ladder line, which looks like the old TV twin lead.
But everybody uses it for the microphone extender.
Everybody but you. Now, there's other people using just straight Cat 5 for it, but, you know, if you got interference, you're going to need some kind of shielded cable.
Yep.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break right now. Go get a message from ICOM, come back, give away some swag, and then get into some more questions.
All right.
Attention all hams. Time to hit the airwaves. Contest season is here. Grab your ICOM equipment and make as many contacts as you can this season. Good luck and let the competition begin. The real fun starts here with the revolutionary IC7300. This innovative HF transceiver has a compact design and high performance. It's perfect for contesters on the go. RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and SD memory card slot. Push performance to the pinnacle with the IC7600. Following in the footsteps of ICOM's flagship radio, the IC7600 features intuitive operation and the latest DSP technologies. Digital IF filter, dual DSP, 5.8-inch ultra-wide TFT display, and high-resolution real-time spectrum scope. Contesters, raise the bar with the IC7851. Hear what others cannot with this HF 50 MHz transceiver. Reciprocal mixing dynamic range, crystal clear local oscillator design, real-time spectrum scope, dual receivers, digital voice recorder, and more. Hit the airwaves this contest season and visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on all of ICOM's great radios. And we want to thank ICOM for sponsoring Ham College. Couldn't do it without them. And we've got some swag here to give away.
We do. We got the ICOM cap and the ICOM Ham Crew t-shirt.
And we're going to give that away. If you'd like to win one of these, then all you got to do is send an email to hamcollege@AmateurLogic.TV. Just tell us who you are and that you want to be registered to win a t-shirt and a hat.
And you do not have to be a licensed amateur
You do not.
to win this.
Mm-hmm. And we've got a winner, you know. For the last few episodes, I keep forgetting to draw a winner until we actually get right here on set, but I drew one this afternoon.
You did. You did
Yep.
a nice job drawing, too. I didn't know you were an artist.
I'm not.
Thanks to Russ, KB3OPE. Anyway, you're the winner.
And what did he say there?
He says, I'd like to receive an ICOM t-shirt and cap. I'll need to wear it after winning the ICOM radio contest through Amateur Logic. And you will be decked out, man.
Yeah, imagine if you were sporting this radio.
Yeah. And wearing these threads.
Wearing these, it's like a trifecta.
Yeah. You got to get better. The radio's just going to work better.
Yep. The t-shirt and the hat would probably work better too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Russ. If you registered, then you could possibly win that too. Well, let's get back on into a few more questions here. We've got not many, but a few more of the interference questions left, Tommy.
Just to tease everybody.
Okay.
Which of the following actions should you take if a neighbor tells you that your station's transmissions are interfering with their radio or TV reception? A, make sure that your station is functioning properly and that it does not cause interference to your own radio or television when it's tuned to the same channel.
B, immediately turn off your transmitter and contact the nearest FCC office for assistance.
C, tell them that your license gives you the right to transmit and nothing can be done to reduce the interference.
That's going to win a lot of friends there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or D, install a harmonic doubler on the output of your transmitter and tune it until the interference is eliminated.
Can you get a harmonic doubler kit?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing a kit like that. Anyway, that is a lot of words in that question.
It is rather wordy.
There. So let's see. So you're asking me which of the following actions should be taken if a neighbor tells you that your station's transmissions are interfering with their radio or TV reception.
That is exactly what I'm asking you.
I thought that's what you said. Yeah. Okay. Make sure that your station is functioning properly. That sounds like a good idea. And that it does not cause interference to your own radio or television when it is tuned to the same channel. You know, that just makes the most sense out of all of those
It does.
answers there, because you want to make sure your gear is working right. And if you go to your own radio or TV and you got interference, there's a good chance
A good chance
your
somebody
neighbors
else is going to have it too.
Yep. I would not immediately turn off my transmitter and contact the nearest FCC office for assistance. They're not going to help you with something like that.
Where is the nearest FCC office?
It's in New Orleans for us.
That's what I thought.
Yep. And of course, see,
Sure, they'll run right up here.
tell them your license gives you the right to transmit and nothing can be done to reduce interference. You know that can't be
and
the
go
right
ahead and
answer.
just draw the chalk line.
Yep, there you go. Yep. Or D, install a harmonic doubler on the output of your transmitter and tune it until the interference is eliminated. That doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm going to go with A. That's it.
All right, you nailed it. But I just got an idea for a product. We can have Amateur Logic harmonic doubler kits. We can start selling on the website.
We could. You know, I'm looking around like I'm trying to find something.
You got a harmonic doubler kit around here?
No, I was looking for a book that I've got. It's up there. It's a Gordon West Technician Exam License Manual. You know, the book that we like so much that that we usually suggest. Gordo has a good answer for this, but it must be E because it's not listed here. He says when the neighbor comes and knocks on your door, and before they say that you're interfering with them, you say, "Are you getting that same interference I am?"
Yep, there you go.
Yep. The only trouble is you don't know that that's what the neighbor's going to say when they come to the door. So, yeah, and that really is not going to work either.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, though.
Yeah, it is. Okay, well, I've got one for you, Tommy. How can overload of a non-amateur radio or TV receiver by an amateur signal be reduced or eliminated? A, block the amateur signal with a filter at the antenna input of the affected receiver.
B, block the interfering signal with a filter on the amateur transmitter.
C, switch the transmitter from FM to single sideband.
Or D, switch the transmitter to a narrowband mode. How
What do you
can
think?
overload of a non-amateur radio or TV receiver by an amateur signal be reduced
Or eliminated.
or eliminated? Switch transmitter to a narrowband mode. That might not really be an option. Switch the transmitter. No, that's not an option either. That's just changing the entire mode.
Yep.
Block the interference signal with a filter on the amateur transmitter. No, let's go with A. Block the amateur signal with a filter at the antenna input of the affected receiver. That seems like the more logical choice.
Yep. I think you're right. Most everyone is saying A over here in the chat room, although there's a couple of B's in there.
Block the interference signal with a filter. I could see where that could seem like the right answer too.
Yep.
But I think it's A. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, it was A.
Block the amateur signal with a filter at the antenna input of the affected receiver.
Yeah, that's one that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. Although they do make filters that go in the antenna of the amateur station to help prevent TVI or TV interference. So.
Yeah, I've seen those. It's been a long time.
Yep.
Do they still sell those?
Yeah. Yeah, MFJ's got them, I know. Okay,
I
you
should
got
have figured they have everything.
Yep. You got one for me?
Yeah, I do. I just so happen to have this one right here. Which of the following may be useful in correcting a radio frequency interference problem? A. Snap-on ferrite chokes.
B. Low pass and high pass filters.
C. Band reject and band pass filters.
Or D. All of these choices are correct. Well, let's see. Snap-on ferrite chokes. I assume they're talking about these things right here. They
Yeah.
have ferrite in them, and you can snap them on your transmission line or various wires.
I have many of them snapped all over the place.
I do too. Yeah, I would say that could help introduce some, reduce,
Reduce or
reduce, there you go,
or eliminate.
or eliminate some radio frequency interference problems. But also high pass and low pass filters, answer B there, that could help reduce certain types of RFI, as well as band reject and band pass filters. So I'm going to say D. All of these choices are correct. You with me?
Yeah, I think so. All those sound like logical answers.
Okay, well, let's see. And it is. And that's just about what everyone was saying over there.
The
in
only
the
one
chat
I've
room.
ever actually used in practice is A. And they're very effective, at least for the interferences that I've had.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Depends on the cause of the interference and what's being interfered with. Well,
They're not good on alternator noise.
no, they're really not, are they?
Nope. That's the one thing that I haven't had much luck with.
What should you do if something in a neighbor's home is causing harmful interference to your amateur station? A, work with your neighbor to identify the offending device.
B, politely inform your neighbor about the rules that prohibit the use of devices which cause interference.
C, check your station and make sure it meets the standards of good amateur practices.
Or D, all of these choices are correct. So, work with your neighbor to identify the offending device. That sounds like
It sounds
a
reasonable.
decent thing to do.
Yeah.
Politely inform your neighbor about the rules that prohibit the use of devices. Yeah, I would probably do that too if it came down to it. Maybe like the last thing. Well, if I knew what they were using that caused it, sure. So that seems like a possible solution too. Check your station and make sure it meets the standards of good amateur practice. That's always a good thing. So I'm going with D. All of these choices are correct.
And I'm going to agree with you, although a lot of they're kind of split on this one in the chat room there,
Now
Tommy.
you're making me second guess my answer.
Well, let's see.
E.
You're
I
right.
did have it right.
You're right, but that was
The B one is the one.
yeah. It's kind of hard to be polite, but I mean,
Your stuff's messing up my radio, man.
yeah.
Cut it off.
I've got a license and
Not scared to use it.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you
D's
know.
the right. That's the right answer.
Yeah, be friendly about it, and you're likely to come to a solution much easier and quicker than.
Absolutely.
Then,
That's true for pretty much anything.
Yep. Yep. Okay, next question.
What is a Part 15 device? A. An unlicensed device that may emit low-powered radio signals on frequencies used by a licensed service.
B. A type of amateur radio that can legally be used in the citizens band.
C. A device for long-distance communications using special codes sanctioned by the International Amateur Radio Union.
Or D. A type of test set used to determine whether a transmitter is in compliance with FCC Regulation 91.15. They're saying A in the chat room. Let's see, because this one, I'll be honest, I didn't really look at this one that close when I were typing these in. I don't think it's a type of test set though, a Part 15 device. No, I'm thinking Part 15. That's an FCC part of the FCC rules.
Well, I don't think it's a device for long distance communications either.
Nope, I don't think that's it. And since I'm thinking it's part of an FCC rule, it doesn't have anything to do with the International Amateur Radio Union either.
And B, doesn't it make sense either?
It's a type of amateur radio that can be legally used in the citizens band. No, there are no amateur radios that can legally be used in the CB radio bands. So that only leaves us with an ATOM, an unlicensed device that may emit low-powered radio signals on frequencies used by a licensed service. So
Yeah,
that's
I think that's what I think.
that's what most everybody's saying over in the chat room. So
The thing that comes to my mind is those little. I don't think they're too popular anymore, but they used to be those little FM transmitters you can plug up to your iPod
Yep.
or whatever, and
Modulator.
you can listen to it on your car radio.
yep,
That would have to be a Part 15 device.
you very well could be right on that. So
But I don't know of any that use the hand bands. But there may be some. I just don't know.
yeah, not even the lower ham bands. I wouldn't think. Are you new to the ham world or an existing amateur operator who wants to take your license to the next level? Study for your radio license exam at hamstudy.org. Hamstudy.org is a free online learning tool powered by ICOM. It was created by Richard Bateman, KD7BBC, Michael Stufflebean, KV9G, and Rich Porter, KK6GKE, and it uses a modern web design to enhance the experience of studying for your technician, general, and amateur extra exams. Since 2013, hamstudy.org has helped new and existing hams to familiarize themselves with the question pools, use stats-based flashcards to focus on material they need to learn, and take practice exams to gauge progress. Visit hamstudy.org on your desktop computer or mobile device. Register for a free account at hamstudy.org to access personalized study history and other site features. Prepare for an exam in an intuitive and comprehensive manner. Check out hamstudy.org, powered by ICOM, for free learning tools. Good luck on your next exam.
Man, nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave. Take it off. Take it all off. Nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave.
The closer you shave, the more you need Noxema. Noxema medicated comfort shave.
This flat tire needs a man, but when there's no man around, when there's no man around, Goodyear should be. Why? Watch this. New Goodyear Double Eagle carries its own spare inside. Lifeguard safety spare. A tire in a tire. Keeps on going. Next time, give her a second chance.
If you don't give your man 007, I will.
If your man lives for excitement. Give him 007. There's a 007 gift set for every assignment. This one packs the full line, including 007 aftershave, hairdressing, and cologne. That's 007 for the license to kill women.
When you use 007, be kind.
Get set!
That was a pretty good fight for a change. What was it? Blueberry tang?
Yeah, blueberry. First contest, kid? Follow me. This is Alka-Seltzer. Gets rid of that stuffy feeling. When you've been on the circuit as long as I have, you'll know. See you around, kid.
Next time you overeat, take what the guys who overeat for a living take. Alka-Seltzer.
That was a lot of fun looking at those old commercials.
Yeah, those are neat. I remember some of them. Some of it I
Yeah,
didn't
some
remember.
of them I didn't remember. But
The car with the tire inside the tire, I didn't remember that.
yeah,
That was kind of
I
interesting.
didn't remember that particular one either. So apparently it didn't really work out because you don't see those tires
Yeah.
around like that. So
Yeah, you know, they went to a tire that had kind of harder sides that would sort of stay up too. And that must not have really panned out that well either.
yeah, I don't know. I don't recall seeing them lately. Well, we're going to talk about schematic symbols tonight, an exciting topic.
It is. Exciting yet cryptic.
Yeah, if you've never seen them before. So you've pulled up a page here on Wikipedia. Let's take a look at that. There's a symbol for capacitors, right there where it says capacitors.
That's a good clue.
Yeah.
Let your eyes stop right there.
Inductors.
Yeah, inductors.
I can't read the other
Sources.
batteries.
Yeah, power sources. That's what it's called.
Yeah. The ground symbols. There's 3 different types of ground symbols.
Circuit return.
Yep, circuit returns.
Transistors. There's so many.
Yeah.
And, I don't really know of a good way to know them other than just get them, find a reference and study them and just kind of
Yeah.
memorize
You're
them.
not going to need to know a lot of them for your technician exam. You're only going to
just
need
the basic ones.
a few basic ones. But this is a good resource here. Wikipedia's got a lot of different schematic symbols on there, the different types of transistors, diodes, antennas. Look at those antennas there. Those are 4 different types.
And vacuum tubes. We
Vacuum
talked about those several months back.
Switches, relays, LEDs, light bulbs.
Smiley faces.
That's a circuit breaker, I think. Transformers.
Molded case circuit breaker.
Speakers, microphones. There's how you hook wires together. Or you jump over a wire.
Yeah, so those are connected.
Yep.
These are
or not.
bypass because it goes around it. Which ones should people focus on for this technician class?
I'm
test?
going to say
resistors, capacitors, some switches. I think it seems like there's some switches in there.
Yeah, we're not going over all of them this time around. We're only going to go over a few of them. But yeah, the basic ones. Resistor, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here because I don't really know the right answer, but probably resistors, capacitors. Maybe you'd want to know a symbol for an inductor, maybe a ground symbol, battery symbol, maybe a transistor, but I'm not sure which all ones are in the technician exam, but let's take a look at a few of them here. But first, let's talk about what it even is. What is the name for standardized representations of components in an electrical wiring diagram? A, electrical depictions.
B, a gray sketch.
C, schematic symbols.
Or D, component callouts. Well, seeing as how we just
Kind of gave it away,
read it on the Wikipedia page,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's probably not electrical depictions, although that could be a plausible answer almost. B, gray sketch. No, I don't even know what that means. And it's not component callouts. It's going to be schematic symbols.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what everybody's saying over there.
But electrical depictions, I could see where somebody could get that mixed up and might actually call that.
But a wiring diagram or electrical wiring diagram, that's a schematic. So schematic symbols, I'm going to agree with you, Tommy.
First time for everything.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Well, we got another similar question here.
Okay. What do the symbols on an electrical circuit schematic diagram represent? A, electrical components.
B, logic states.
C, digital codes.
Or D, traffic nodes. Well, let's see. What do the symbols on electrical circuit schematic diagram represent? Well, I don't think they represent traffic nodes or digital codes or logic states. It's electrical components that those symbols are representing. Let's see if I am right. And of course, you know, that was pretty easy.
Yeah, because actually I think we just said that right before on the last question.
We probably did, yeah. Which of the following is accurately represented in electrical circuit schematic diagrams? A, wire links.
B, physical appearance of components.
C, the way components are interconnected.
D, all of these choices are correct. Well, I don't think it's D, because I've never seen anything to do with wire links on a schematic. Physical appearance of components, that's not true either, because most of them don't look anything like the real component. It's going to be C, the way components are interconnected. And we actually saw that when we were on the web page a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, that makes good sense, because it's an electrical circuit you're looking at. So naturally you want to know the way that the components are interconnected.
Yeah, it's not really a how-to. Well, it kind of is, but it doesn't tell you how long to cut the wires and where to place the things. It just ensures that everything's connected in the right place at the right ins and outs.
Some of the schematic symbols may look similar to an item. I mean, you might look at it and be able to guess what that is, like maybe the diagram for a speaker. You might, be able to guess, hey, that's a speaker, just by seeing it. But
yeah, but it doesn't really look like a speaker.
No, but it doesn't look unlike it.
Depends on who's looking at it.
Yeah. So the way components are interconnected. I'll give you that one. All right. Here comes one with a picture to it.
What is component 3 in figure T3? A, connector.
B, a meter.
C, variable capacitor.
Or D, variable inductor. Well, let's see. Figure T3. That just happens to be the one we're looking at right here. So let's.
Well, that was convenient.
Yep. They're wanting to know what is component 3. And that's going to be that component with the 3 right beside it right there. And I just happen to know that is an inductor. That looks like a coil, which an inductor is a coil. And there's that little arrow, a little tap on it there, and that indicates that it's variable, that we can change the amount of inductance there. So I'm going to say that's a variable inductor, because it's not a capacitor, it's not a meter, and it's not a connector. Makes sense to you? Mm-hmm. Well, let's find out. Here you go. It's a variable inductor.
Yeah. So that's actually similar to the coil on my big ear antenna you've seen on the show, where you tap it different places to change the frequency.
That's exactly it. Looks just like that.
So there's one that actually does look very similar to the...
See, I was telling you and you just wouldn't believe me.
I wasn't paying it. Yeah, I was just trying to deny it.
All right, I got one more here for you then.
All right.
What is component 4 in figure T3? A, an antenna.
B, a transmitter.
C, a dummy load.
Or D, ground. That's going to be an antenna. A.
So you're saying it's A?
I'm saying it's A. It's all that 1 in a million talk. Yep, it's A. Antenna. That's the only thing it can be.
Yeah. It would be kind of simple to be a transmitter all in that one little.
Yep. Ground is at the bottom down
Yeah.
there. The three little forks pointing down to the side to an angle. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you, and everyone in the chat room does. It's an antenna.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Keep them coming.
That's all we got for this week.
No way.
Yeah.
So soon?
So soon. That was the last question here.
I guess we got time to put on some more Windows updates now.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Come back. Mention a couple of pertinent things. On the 15th of each month, ICOM is proud to sponsor AmateurLogic.TV with hosts George Thomas, Tommy Martin, and Peter Barrett. This looks a little crude, but roughly here's what I have. The bottom trace here is ground.
While the elements will jiggle some, they're actually not too bad. It's light.
After putting it together, I decided to test everything, so I ran in 12 volts, and I'm measuring the output here.
No, it's not too windy right now, Jim. It was yesterday.
Actually turn that into a scanner capable of tuning across a wide range of frequencies.
Whoa, okay.
What is this called?
We're in the antenna switching matrix. Any one of our 6 broadcast transmitters could be connected to any of the 22 antennas via the switching matrix.
Down in Melbourne, apparently they tune up their radios different than we do, Tommy.
Oh, yeah?
Now the FM 900 is tough. Seriously tough.
We finally arrived.
Man, we were in Ham Nirvana.
Again. Boy, what a great time. And as happened last year, we still haven't got all the way through the flea market yet.
No, we've hit about a fourth of it, but we're going to have to strike a trot.
Well, the moment of truth has arrived. I've attached a B and C connector to the antenna terminals here. I've got plus 12 volt in ground power coming in here. It's going to my power supply. That I'm supplying it with 13.8 volts.
And I personally am so thrilled that George got the special award. Well deserved, my friend. That's really cool.
Yeah,
what about the Super Bowl, Emil? Did you go to the Super Bowl, or were you at home operating that night?
Tuning my amplifier, and I lost power in the shack, and went outside. The house lost power. The whole neighborhood went out for about 30 minutes. I don't know what happened.
Wow, that explains a lot.
All right, Tommy, sing the theme song here.
Still hadn't seen that theme song.
Gets you every time, doesn't it?
Every time. Never see it coming.
Well, we just want to mention 11th anniversary of Amateur Logic coming up next month.
Yep.
Got a great prize package here to give away. We talked about a few minutes earlier. Let's take a look at that. 11th anniversary. We got a great prize for that, don't we?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's the ICOM IC 7300. Great HF 6-meter rig from our friends at ICOM. Software-defined radio. We use these. We actually use this exact one at Field Day this year.
Yeah. It's there's another one at my house for the time being. I used it today.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice radio. I love it.
Yeah.
So this is probably the best prize we've given away yet, I think. We've given away some really nice ones, but I think this is my favorite.
I think this is the best one that we've given away yet. Usually for anniversary, the last few years, ICOM and MFJ have been good enough to give us some prizes to give away to some of the viewers.
Yep.
If you'd like to win this, what you're going to get is the radio.
So in addition to the radio, you get the MFJ power supply, compact switching power supply, which I really like the size of that thing.
That's a 30 amp?
Yep. 30 amp, and it's got the meters on it. It's very nice. You get MFJ Off-center fed dipole, 40 meters down through 6 meters, I believe.
I'm not sure if it's 6 or 10, but multi-band antenna.
Well, mine tunes on 6, so
Well,
and I've got
yeah.
the same antenna up
Well,
at the house.
yeah, I do too, and mine will tune on 6 as well.
Yeah.
We've also got 100 foot of RG8X coax, courtesy of MFJ. Comes with the connectors already installed, but we've got some of the private stock here, the mother load.
Yeah, but we're saving the best for last.
Yep.
The gold PL259s from the private nose ring collection. Unused. You're welcome.
Yep. Sanitized for your protection. Boy, a great prize package there. Every one of those items, particularly the radio and the power supply. I use one of those exact power supplies myself now, and I really like it. But the rig, man, in that price range, that's got to be the hottest thing going right now.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I hear people on the air talking about that radio still a lot.
Yeah, very popular rig. So if you want to win that, well, you got to be qualified.
Yeah, why don't you tell us how?
I will tell you how. Number one, you must be a licensed U.S. or Canadian amateur radio operator with a U.S. or Canadian shipping address. Only one entry per contestant. Sending more than one entry will get you disqualified. So if you've already registered, don't register again.
Don't do it again.
The winner will be responsible for any taxes that may be incurred. The winner agrees to let us use his or her call sign and name in promotional and news items related to the contest. And that's really just saying, hey, Tommy N5ZNO won the prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
Yeah. But your name or email address goes nowhere else. We don't give it to anyone whatsoever.
And contestants must not be an employee or affiliate of AmateurLogic, ICOM, or MFJ Enterprises. Tell them how to enter, Tommy.
Okay, to enter, put the glasses on. Send an email to contest2016@AmateurLogic.TV with your call sign in the subject line. Include your name, call sign, class of license, and address in the email message. Submissions must be made between Thursday, August the 25th and Thursday, October the 11th. So that's coming up pretty quick.
That is.
Why don't I tell them how we're going to select the winner?
Tell them that too.
Okay. The contest winner will be selected by a random number from the entries received. The winner will be announced on the October 15th episode of AmateurLogic.TV. If it's determined the winning entry does not meet the qualification requirements, another winner will be chosen by the same method. Contest rules and information will be posted at www.AmateurLogic.TV/contest. And always void where prohibited. I have no idea where that may be, but if it's prohibited there, then void it. How about that?
There you go. I think that eloquently sums it up.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, if you want to win that, AmateurLogic.TV/contest. Go there and get all the details.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everyone. And join us around the 15th of October when we're going to give this great radio away.
Oh, yeah. The whole kit.
The whole kit. The whole kit and caboodle.
If you haven't signed up to win the shirt and the hat, be sure to do that.
Yep.
And if you haven't signed up to win the radio and your licensed ham and meet the qualifications, be sure and do that too.
Yep.
No reason.
But only once.
Only once.
Only once. You don't want to get disqualified. So, yeah, somebody's gonna come out good on that deal.
Yep.
All right, 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3, everybody. See you next time.
You know,
You know, I got to say, we haven't used the Professor George and Dean Martin, Professor Thomas and Dean Martin bit in a while.
No?
I don't think that would do it.
Well, let's see.
Wow,
that didn't really work out, did it?
It got dark in here. Hey.
I don't even know how I did that.
It's that Windows update.
That should not be possible, but...
what about that? That's pretty
cool. You
cool.
like that better?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
So you've got this shield that's shielding whatever is going on this semiconductor or center conductor. I didn't get that right at all, did I? Well, I've got to load up a few more slides here, so
we got intermission.
If you will do, I don't right at this point, but if you'll do one of the vaudeville routines there.
Okay. Good. Let me see if I can find my sheet music. I must have left it at home.
You must have. Oh well.
I would get it, but I don't have any internet at the house, so I can't log in and get it. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Maybe a little soft shoe.
Well, I got flip flops.